Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. I am LD Demola, and to my left,
I'm Ike Steele.
I'm Pascal Atua.
I'm Anyo Suji.
Today's topic: will Nigeria ever change for the better? So, what do you mean? You don't think so? I guess I'll start with you. What do you think?
Oh, you're starting with me?
Yes.
I think Nigeria will change, and we're working towards changing for the better. Yes, definitely.
No, I think it's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a difficult one because before you change the people, you have to change their mentality. And then the mentality of the people, especially the Nigerians that live in Nigeria, the mentality is sickening. Very sickening. Have you dealt with a Nigerian that live in Nigeria before?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure. Yeah. We'll get into that for sure. We'll get into that.
My answer then is no, not right now.
No, but the question is, will Nigeria ever change for the better?
I doubt it.
Doubt it? Okay. Yourself?
Nigeria. Will Nigeria ever change for the better? I think that it will. It's going to be very, very difficult. The way it will change, we'll probably get into later on that I think it will change. I'll probably talk about that as the discussion goes on, but it's going to take a lot of sacrifice, to say the least, for it to change. And it may not be on the hands of Nigerians, maybe on the hands of other folk coming into Nigeria to change it, but that may not be the way it may change. But that's just the beginning of what I have to say about that.
For Nigeria to change, there has to be a revolution.
Look, let me say my part. Just kind of piggyback off what he said. Do I think Nigeria will change for the better? Yes, I believe Nigeria will change for the better. My only fear, though, is I don't think Nigeria will change for the better in the hands of Nigerians for the benefit of Nigerians. I think I've been to Nigeria the last 4 years consecutively, so I go every single year, and I travel out of Houston. The first year was about 90% Nigerian, like Nigerians look like us, 10% foreigners. The next year, it was about 15. The year after that, it was about 25. And the year after that, it was probably 40% non-Nigerians going into Nigeria to invest, start businesses. And I don't know if that's for the advantage of Nigerians who live in Nigeria. I don't know if that makes any sense. What do you think?
Definitely. I mean, I think it can change for the better. For me, I don't think Nigeria would change with all the people coming into Nigeria to change it. No. Definitely. Change has to start from within, and I think Nigeria is changing, definitely. I know I want to hear from
when you mean Nigeria is changing, what is the rate of the changing that you're talking about?
Yeah.
The changing, I can't give you exact percentage, but there's a lot of changes I can give you in
okay, can you tell me?
Hold on.
Okay.
I said I can give you the number of the rate, but I can tell you the areas that there's been a lot of changes.
Okay.
Let's talk about aviation, for example. Okay. The last time I went to Nigeria, I experienced very, very poor reception at our airports.
Okay.
Now, with a new aviation minister, I've seen and I've read about a lot of changes, and I've heard about a lot of changes. They've privatized, the airports, the repair and the carts at our airports. Is it working? Is it good?
Is that a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
And also another question, I'm sorry to cut you off. The fact that I just mentioned that there are now more foreigners coming to Nigeria, is that the reason why they are now changing it? For the benefit of those who are coming in?
No, I don't think they're changing it for that benefit. I think they're changing it because you have to have someone at the head that's helping and enabling this change happen. In a good president. Because everything in Nigeria or in any society starts from the leadership.
I think this is the thing. First of all, before we continue, what kind of change are we talking about? Because there are different kinds of change. Because from an American perspective, some of the changes that we see when we go back home to Nigeria. I went back to Nigeria 2011. That's the last time I was home. And I saw some changes from the last time I went, which was 2003. So in 8 years, there's a lot of change. But what kind of change?
Was it positive change or?
There was positive change, a lot of positive change, a lot of technological change, I mean, before that time, the last time I went to Nigeria, cell phones weren't even popping yet, because cell phones weren't popping until 2006. So I think that there's change, but then I'm sorry, I'm going on, but this is what I was saying. When I think about will Nigeria ever change, I'm thinking about, like you said, when I go to the airport, when I go to MM2 or local airport, how was my experience going to the airport?
Correct.
How am I getting duped at every second, or is it like what is happening? Because that's a deeper kind of change that we could be talking. That's maybe a bigger topic of change of maybe corruption or whatever. But as far as technological change, Nigeria is not playing. They're trying.
Right.
Okay. Can I say something, right?
Yeah.
This topic is actually depressing to me.
Okay.
Do you know why I say it's depressing to me? Nigeria that I've seen, I go home almost every 6 months, because of our kind of business we're involved in. Nigeria is like they take 3 steps forward, then they take 6 steps backwards. So in a situation where someone is, every time you take 3 steps forward, you take 6 steps backwards. Where is the change can never be permanent. If the change is not permanent, that means there's no change at all.
I guess.
I give you an example, right? You have your iPad here, right? Type in on your iPad, right? Nigerian tear gas at the Nigerian Parliament. This just happened 2 days ago.
Okay.
Nigerian Parliament. The Speaker of the Parliament is trying to jump the fence to come into the Parliament. The Speaker of the Parliament and some groups of those of them there, they were stopped from coming into the Parliament.
I guess let me ask one question.
Can you type it in and see so that you can read it? So it won't be something that I'm fabricating.
I guess one question I would ask:
if at that level of governance, they're behaving that way, you want me to believe it's going to get better?
Let me ask this simple question. It's really more complex than it's simple, but since we're talking about Nigeria changing for the better, what do you think some of Nigeria's biggest problems are?
Number one, security.
LD, this topic is very complex or very broad also, and Amy asked a question which, if we can answer that question and kind of stay on that course, I think we'll be a little bit more focused or narrowed into something. He asked, what kind of change are we talking about? So as the moderator of this panel or this segment of our show, can you just give us a focus so we focus on that area? What kind of change are we talking about?
The basics. Security, as you mentioned.
Security, okay.
Education. There's, the government, the people. To kind of give it kind of a basic understanding. From my perspective, I don't think any society is based on government at all. I don't believe when people say things like government should create jobs, government should provide security.
That's why I'm not even blaming
government. I don't think any society
when people
should be. The responsibility should be placed on government.
All right. Okay. You know why responsibility should be placed on government? Government is not the one that necessarily makes the change, but they give you
they enable it.
They govern.
They govern, yes, but they make it conducive. It's just like what has happened in America over the years. Okay, all the businesses. When I say all, I mean the major businesses have gone to where? Offshore, right? Why? Because of the system, because of the government. The taxes you pay here are too high. All your employees, is when it gets time for their retirement, the companies don't want to pay them that kind of money. What do they end up doing? They defraud the company, their 401k plan, everything, they embezzle it, and all those CEOs. Hold on, this is happening here in America, right? Now, all these companies in China, who made them go to China? Americans, right? CEOs, because they want to get a better bang for their buck. They want to get
that's basic business logic, though.
Thank you very much. But if the government, what is China doing that America cannot do? America can make it conducive for those businesses not to be over heavily taxed and make them go to China.
But in the defense of stuff that I don't necessarily know the facts about, or the specific facts, to kind of give you some insight on the difference between the United States of America and China, as far as workers' rights, it's not just taxes. The rights of workers here
in America,
are drastically different. And just the amount of pay
True.
The minimum wage here in Los Angeles, California is what? $8? The minimum wage in a warehouse offshore is nowhere close.
Can I
So that alone
Can I-
is
Okay, my brothers.
Yeah.
And we bring this back to the
Can I say something?
Okay.
Can I say something?
yeah.
I think one of the biggest problems that Nigeria has is that there's no system. If there was a system, then there is a system. There's a system that benefits people who abuse it. So, a lot of us that are straightforward, that a lot of Nigerians that come from America, and I'm not just saying Nigerians that come from America are straightforward because that's not true. That's not true. But even the Nigerians that are in Nigeria that want to be straightforward, what happens? If they want to get into and dabble into politics, sometimes they have to play a little dirty. Politics is a dirty game, but everywhere is dirty. But in Nigeria,
It's a whole nother dirt.
we just heard that somebody climbed a fence.
No, it's not somebody. The speaker
Come on.
Okay.
of the house.
Does that make any? Does this even make any?
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. I saw it. I saw it.
You know why I say, can you find? I really want you to read it to the audience.
Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah, read it to the audience.
Nothing to research. It's fine. It's fine.
I hear what you're saying. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But we can sit down here and talk about this kind of stuff all day long. Is it only happening in Nigeria?
That's not the point.
No.
That's not the point.
Yeah, no.
That's the point.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nigeria.
We're using the fact that we're in America because this things don't happen. I guess you think it doesn't happen here in America.
Oh, no.
That's why
it happens. It has a different look.
It happens everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It happens in Canada. It's happened in Canada.
Hold on.
Not-
What do you mean is happening in Canada? What is happening in Canada that's happening in Nigeria right now? What exactly do you mean?
Something
Basically, system,
similar system in Parliament. They had some fights in Canada. This was, I think, like 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I can bring you the specific details on that. But it happens
For the speaker to be climbing the fence.
No.
And then tear gas. Do you know the use of tear gas in the law, in the force? Tear gas is used to disperse. It's used for
Can I say something? Nigeria ain't just got.
If you get to the point where
Let's not use this one issue.
No.
American police have used tear gas on American citizens before.
Okay.
Hold on, bro. You're not understanding the deepness of this. This is the parliament.
Look, Pascal, I do not condone what happened in Nigeria within the parliament. I do not support it. But I'm saying Nigeria is an evolving, economy. It's
building.
Yes.
But this is my only problem. Yes, I agree. This thing that we're talking about happens everywhere. I agree. My only thing is, what is the link between what's going wrong in Canada with the system that's happening, the system that's governing the country? Because in Nigeria, I can honestly say that a big part of the things that are going wrong in Nigeria has to do with the lack of system and organization.
Can I ask a question?
The lack of operation.
Can I ask a question? Is it a lack of system, or is the foundation, is a solid foundation, hold on, is the foundation an identity crisis?
LD.
I agree, yes.
Can I answer that?
Okay.
Right? Before I started, I said, for you to change the people, for you to change society, you have to change their mentality. Right? The mentality of regular Nigerian that live in Nigeria, doesn't matter if they're actors, directors, professors, is different from your mentality here. You see, Nigeria is a society, it's a system, a society that everything that matters is what can you gain.
Exactly.
What can you do for me?
There's
What
no
can I do
long-term
for me?
thinking.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say.
And they want instant gratification on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Now. If you're dealing with a Nigerian that live in Nigeria now, as a Nigerian, the first thing the person want to find out from you is what is in it for me.
Alright.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Nigeria, they don't. Let me use this language for one time on the show. They don't give a damn about humanity.
I think so.
I know so.
I won't go that far.
I will go that far.
I won't go that far.
I will go that far because if you give a damn about humanity, then you will not let your people sit without electricity.
After you go,
We'll talk about that.
I think it's a generalization if you say Nigerians. If you say some Nigerians, do not.
My brother, majority. Majority, I know we are coming, I'm saying the truth.
Go ahead.
Okay, no, you go.
No. Okay, this is my thing. I was gonna say what you were saying. My problem is that very, very little long-term thinking. Everything is now. If African, because I don't even think it's a Nigerian thing. I think it's African. I think it's.
You know what? No. From what I've been informed, Nigerians have a little bit of an edge when it comes to doing it. I've been told.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
I've been told we're a little bit on the not so good side.
What I will say and add on to what I'm saying is there's then I'll focus on Nigeria, but from what I feel it's African mentality.
Finish, because I have something.
He's brewing.
It's brewing. It's a good time.
When I went to ABJ last time, went to Abuja. This last time was Nigeria, 2011.
Right.
One of my friends, my dad's best friend is a senator in Nigeria, so I went to go visit them and spend time with them. He said that you're not allowed to build on this land. You can't. This land that we're driving past, you can't build here. I was like, huh? When in Nigeria did they start putting kinds of this kind? You cannot build it there because you're planning to build something this amount of years in the future. So we don't want nobody's coming here. I've never heard of, maybe because I'm not that ingratiated.
That is a government land or somebody has bought it.
It's not that I don't know if the government is taking control of it, but you are not allowed to build there. Why I'm saying this is because I've never heard this before in Nigeria.
Well, it makes sense though. I mean, if there's something planned to be built, yeah.
But there's no buying out.
Here's another question.
There's no buying out that I've heard of. There's no kind of bribe or anything like that.
Right.
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to say.
You're saying it was. You're saying firm business.
Firm business
actually happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, in Nigeria.
Okay. So that's a positive change.
Let me ask you a question.
I've never seen that before in the history of Nigeria.
Positive question. But if you do some research, right? I don't say this to be offensive.
Yeah.
Do not be surprised if the owner of that land is not Nigerian.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do not be surprised if the owner of that land is not a Nigerian.
It's unfortunate.
Okay. Go.
Alright, what I want to know. Who mentioned something about cell phone? That was you?
Yes.
That was a great point that you mentioned, because when I went to school in Nigeria, right? When I was in college, there was no cell phones, right? If you had a cell phone, your father had to be a multi-millionaire.
There was nobody that has cell phone.
Your father must be in money, millions of money, or in the government. Some, the people that traveled. So those are the only two people that had cell phones back. But now, every Tom, Dick, Harry.
Yeah, when they say Pepe.
Has a cell phone.
In they carry poo in they come. Everybody
has cell phone. Bus conductor is in the bus. He's talking on the phone. Okay. I never thought it was going to work.
You know what? I agree.
But
I never
it worked. Okay. Yeah. Now the issue of internet. Wi-Fi, even cable system, direct TV, or we don't have direct TV. We have some kind of cable.
Yeah,
we have
DSTV.
cable. We have DSTV and all that. No, but I never thought it was going to work. Okay, look, some of the things we said no to Nigeria is working.
Right.
The president introduced a program called UWin. Do you know what UWin is? Do you know what UWin is?
I don't know.
Thank you. Do you know what UWin is?
No.
Do you know what UWin is?
No.
And we are all Nigerians, right? We don't know what UWin is. And it's a program that was designed, it's a youth initiative, right? Where they had a conference in Abuja where youth is supposed to come and brainstorm and bring ideas that you can have, that you can use to advance, technology and enhance and get people employed.
Okay, that's a great point.
And it worked. And a lot of people, thousands of people got employed from that program. You guys don't know about it, but it's happening.
Okay, that's a good thing. I'm glad you mentioned that,
right,
because it was coming to my next question. In our culture, we all could agree that when a grown man is talking, or when a grown woman is talking, if you're 1 year younger than me, your point is not important. It does not matter what I say. Do you think that is also one of our main problems? The fact that
in Nigeria?
Yes.
My brother, I'm gonna say it, and I keep saying it.
Uh-uh.
The problem we have in Nigeria is not that we are not educated. It's not that they will not listen to you. The problem we have is the corrupt system in place. Nigeria, people have grown to. People actually think that the only way now to be successful in Nigeria is to be corrupt.
Let me ask you a question.
I understand what you're saying, but
you cannot go. Okay, I'll give you a example of the foreigners in Nigeria. The foreigners that operate in Nigeria. Do you know that the foreigners that operate in Nigeria, they are used to the system now?
Correct. Of course.
yes.
Right? And most of them are crooks who have accepted the system, and they actually cannot operate it like Americans. Right? They cannot operate here because if they operate the way they operate in Nigeria, they'll go to prison. Right?
Yes,
so they prefer to go to Nigeria and operate.
I just slightly piggyback on what you're saying. I think the corruption and lack of, I keep going back to the system, and you talked about foundation, that's true, but the corruption is breeding a type of personality of somebody who wants to protect and only handle what they have to do for themselves. If I get into office, if I get into a certain position, or I get into a place, let me chop this money because I don't know tomorrow, so let me just chop it now, forget everybody else, and I don't want anybody else to come and take what is mine.
Right.
So it's like the crab in the bucket thing. Ain't nobody coming in this except for the people who actually came from the same womb I came from. Period.
But I mean,
It's not everybody.
Yeah.
But it's things that are connecting to one another. So if you have a system that's corrupt already, and you know this is the way that everything works, this is the way you maneuver, the way you navigate the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, well, let's not stray too far from our topic, right? Can Nigeria change, right? I think it can. And what you guys said is totally, I agree. There's corruption in Nigeria, and it's to a high level.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in the days when the British ruled, before when they handed over in the 60s, when we built our roads, when Julius Berger made all the roads, all the doors in Nigeria, blah 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 blah. Things were those not mostly Nigerians doing things.
No.
After the British left, were them those not Nigerians after 60?
I wasn't born to 1960, but what I've been told, the problem started after 1960.
Well, the problem is definitely, look, we are a little bit harder to work with, Nigerians and Africans in general, okay?
Yeah.
But is there a hope? Yes. But I'm saying that this thing that's after 60s when British left, Niger Bridge was built in 1965. The British were not there, okay? Things got done. There were roads, they were constructed. Things got achieved, okay? Hold on. Now, when you talk about corruption, definitely, what do you call pharmaceutical lobbying in America? What do you call lobbyists in
that's
America?
corruption.
What is that?
Sure.
What are they? What are they doing?
No.
They're doing the same thing, but in a different way.
Here's the thing.
Okay?
The society is still able to sustain itself consistently.
Yeah.
At least.
Audi,
Yes.
can we conclude?
Yes.
Can I conclude?
Go ahead.
For Nigeria to change, we have to start from the grassroots. And what is that grassroots? The mentality of the people must be changed. Until that mentality of the people is changed, we are not going anywhere. We're always going to do 4 steps forward, 8 steps backward. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because people need to understand that there's more to life than just material stuff. There's more to life than just having 200 buildings. That's mine. There's more to life than having 4 Rolls Royce cars parked in your garage, right? There's more to life than going to a place and answering chief, Igwe, or Alhaji, or Oba, or this. There's more to life than that. Humanity is more important than all those kind of stuff. Now, until people understand that, right, that place is not going to change. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to look straight at the camera and say, there has to be a serious revolution in Nigeria for Nigeria to change.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
When you say revolution, is it okay?
Are you asking a question to his conclusion?
Yes. Just a quick.
Yeah.
You can answer that.
Can he ask question to his conclusion?
I'm sorry. Hey,
Yeah.
when you say, because I want to just understand, when you say revolution, what do you picture?
Yeah.
What do I picture?
Yeah.
Total revolution.
What is total revolution?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
These are specific.
you don't have to get specific, but what do you see? Do you see
This breed of leaders,
need to just lead.
the breed of the system in place needs to be wiped away, and a new system is
What
coming in
age
place.
are you talking about? Because there's people our age that are leaders now. If you say breed of leaders, what are you talking about? What
okay,
category?
okay,
I just
hold
guess
on,
the
hold on.
mentality. I
Oh,
guess.
it depends on when you say people of our age that are in there right now, right? It depends on the mentality of the people. You see, like someone like me, I'm not for sale. There's nothing you can give me to take me away from my
Your core
my
moral values.
Yes,
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing you can give me to
Okay.
take me away from that. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing, 0%, nothing. I'm being real with you. That's what I'm saying. So we need to. I don't know.
Okay,
I see what you're saying. Go ahead. Do you want to conclude?
Yeah, I had this discussion with somebody about 2 years ago with a group of people. I was on a train. We're talking about what do we need to do for Nigeria to change, and this person grew up in Nigeria, and they said that Nigeria people need to die. That was what the person told me. People need to die. In order for Nigeria to change, people need to die. I don't know if I agree with that, but I think that for somebody to even say that, to open their mouth and say that people, and not just a couple of people, they need to go and wipe out people.
What kind of people? The leaders or
The people who
just-
are, because, and this is the truth. If we go home and try to, and people say we want to change Nigeria, people will try
Come
to.
back home.
It's not gonna happen.
Come out to America. Don't. If you love yourself,
Don't
you
even
don't do harm.
Don't do
try
what?
I don't go. Don't go home
This-
with the mindset
Yes.
of I am going to change Nigeria.
Yeah.
My God.
If you try to go and
They
do
will
Captain,
kill you.
if you try to go and do Captain Planet, they will
Planet.
Oh,
They will planet.
You know why?
So, but let me just tell you one quick anecdote. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, finish.
Somebody in Nigeria, this one politician. I don't know. Maybe you guys, if I tell the story, maybe you guys may correct me. But he was home. He wanted to make change, and he wasn't taking bribes. He said, "I'm not going to take any bribes. I'm going to do it straight now. I'm going to do it the right way." Some boys came to his car.
Dashan.
His window was slightly open a little bit.
Dashan.
They gave him that good old school acid, poured him acid. He survived, but the fact that these kinds of things happen where you're trying to do right.
No, brother, can I support him 1 second before you finish?
When you're trying to do
The guy
right.
that was on top of the pharmaceutical, whatever in Nigeria, this is a real story, right? They tried to bribe him to pass something, he refused.
Right.
They sent something right in front of his children, inside the car. They were for the wife and they killed him right there.
Yeah.
All good.
All right.
No,
good.
they killed the guy to eliminate
Well,
him.
not
What do you
good.
think?
Not good to what you're saying. Well,
I hate to bring it down, but I mean,
definitely.
it's just the
look,
truth.
Look, no, you guys made some valid points.
Yeah.
You know, truth is comes in different forms and different phases. Okay. Look, change is something that you've probably heard this before. It's gradual. It takes time.
Amen.
I think Nigeria can change. Nigeria is changing. Nigeria has a hope and a future. Our GDP was just rebased by, United Nations or whoever does the rebasing, okay?
Do you believe that?
I believe that. Nigeria is what? 20th largest economy in the world, okay? Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa right now with the GDP of over $500 billion, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How does that positively affect the actual country?
You know how it
The
does?
people.
That's the thing. That's what we're talking about now. That's why we're having this conversation, right? Now, you know how the mentality was before. Everybody kept saying Nigeria is useless. Nigeria is, we have oil, blah blah blah. South Africa is taking over. This. But the fact that mentally it's not true. Nigeria is still financially and economically okay. I think that's a moral boost for anybody that's from Nigeria.
Sure.
It's your ego should feel better. Okay. Even Nigeria is projected that GDP is projected to run into trillions of dollars in the next 20 years. Okay? No, I'm just giving you guys these numbers
I get
to encourage you, to make you feel good.
Of course.
No,
We're gonna be.
you can't encourage me with that. You know what I'll be encouraged? I'll be encouraged when grassroots
When you see that money,
when I can go to Nigeria by myself, 2 a.m. in the morning, I pick up a car by myself, drive that car, go to the shop, buy something by myself, 2 a.m. and go back home.
You know why?
That's how I
I feel. I know it's gonna happen
Yeah.
with time though. No, you
How long?
want it to
How long?
happen.
What is
I don't know how long.
Of course,
It might not be in my lifetime, but I think it's going to happen.
yeah.
But because look.
I like that
okay,
you
look.
said it might not be in your life.
It might not be in my lifetime, but I think it's
I like
going to
that.
happen.
Yeah, that means
Well,
when we say forever, that means our lifetime. That means in our own lifetime, let's assume, bros, that it's not gonna happen, right?
Well, America didn't get to where it is overnight. The people that fought for America to be where it is now, they're not alive, so it didn't happen in their lifetime.
Okay, so
Yeah, it didn't happen. So people have to make a sacrifice.
So we agree that it might not happen.
Okay, but let's
Okay,
look. My conclusion is that look, I believe change can happen in Nigeria. Okay, the things that you've seen or that we've talked about happens everywhere in every society. Okay, it's sad that there's a lot of people that are corrupt to the point that is sickening because they're in public positions but they're not helping the masses. It's very, very sad, and I condemn things like that because definitely if we had this mentality of community, of helping the masses, of doing good, of doing what you're supposed to do, we will be one of the richest countries in the world per capita in right now. Okay, it's sad, but I guess we're having this conversation to see how can it happen? How can we make this thing happen? I think that's what should be our next topic on Nigeria. How can we?
I was
make
actually going to
this
close.
happen?
How can
Is
we
that-
go? How we go back?
In my conclusion, I think Nigeria can change. Obviously, you know, everything, the only thing inevitable in life, I guess is the quote, the only thing constant and consistent in life is change. That's the only thing that, you know, but from my perspective, I think Nigeria can change. I opened the show up with, I don't know if Nigeria can change in the hands of Nigerians for the benefit of Nigerians, because I see a lot of private businesses going in and taking advantage of the resources that we have. But one thing that I think will change Nigerians is being honest with ourselves about who we are. I think one of our main problems is that we try so hard to look outside of what we are to identify ourselves. You know, and I think that's one thing that we should go back to the basics.
That's the smartest thing I've done from your Continue.
It's just that, you know, we should try our best to identify ourselves for what we are. You know, there's something that you brought up a couple of days ago about family and your name and the pride that you hold in your name. Things like that, I think, those are the important things that we should focus on. And before I close the show, I want to ask every single one of us individually, what can we do to change Nigeria?
Want me to go with this? Okay, I think what we can do, first of all, is have this kind of forum where we come and talk about some of the positive things that is happening, and rather than dwell on the negatives. And I think that way we give a good image about Nigeria to the society and to the world, and give people hope that change can be possible.
Good stuff.
For me, there has to be a revolution. I think that's a revolution. I don't think we're going anywhere.
God, I mean,
General Pascal
Atuma.
I'm being real.
I totally, I see
I
what
don't
you're
know
doing.
if it's going to be peaceful, if it's going to be drastic, but there has to be a revolution.
Yeah. Yourself?
I think I agree with the revolution. I agree with the revolution thing. I think for Nigeria, I think for me, what I would personally do is, okay, I'll say it like this. In America, they say knowledge is power. So I think worldwide, and especially in Nigeria, people could understand what the consequences of their actions and what they're actually doing in the long term, what they actually look like and what's happening, and we can really sit and think and have these conversations. That is what's going to help with the change. If people can actually understand what is needed to be done to get things to where they need to be, to help themselves and the rest of the country and their families in their history. So I think having these discussions, educating people is important.
Yeah, I agree with that. And House of Commons.
House of Commons.
House of Commons. House of Commons.